Imagine being a powerful hotel tycoon, rich, respected, untouchable until a little black girl in a faded school uniform walks past the lobby and shouts one word that shatters your empire. Dad. What follows exposes secrets buried for a decade, betrayal in your own boardroom, and a woman you tried to forget, now standing with fire in her eyes. If you believe truth always finds its way, then this story will grip your soul. Subscribe now and stay with me. This is not just a story. It's a reckoning. Began in the heart of Manhattan, where Jasper Langford, the 49-year-old billionaire hotel magnate, arrived at his flagship luxury hotel, the Langford Grand, flanked by 2 suited assistants and a slew of admirers who barely knew the man behind the tailored suits. Jasper was known across the East Coast as the king of hospitality, Harvard-educated, charismatic, and dangerously private, especially about his past. But what nobody saw beneath his empire of marble floors and silk-threaded pillows was a hole in his chest that never fully closed. A hole shaped like a name he hadn't uttered in 12 years. Monica. Monica Jefferson, the black woman he met when he was a 36-year-old investor visiting Atlanta to buy out a struggling hotel. She was a housekeeping supervisor at the time, young, determined, beautiful, and completely unimpressed by his status. What started as flirtation turned into late-night talks, shared meals in hotel kitchens, and secret weekends, until it became love, then betrayal, then silence. She left before he could say goodbye. And now, 12 years later, as Jasper signed off documents in the lobby, a young black girl, no more than 11, wearing a faded Langford Grand cleaning uniform and pushing a mop bucket down the hallway, stopped, stared at him, tilted her head, and in a loud, clear voice that echoed across the marble, "Dad?" Silence thundered louder than the traffic outside. The pen dropped from Jasper's hand. His assistants froze. The girl's mother, a woman in a plain housekeeping uniform, turned the corner and gasped, her dark eyes widening in shock and horror. It was Monica, plunged into chaos behind the glitz of the hotel. Jasper locked himself in his executive suite, staring at the reflection of his face, and the girl's, her name was Lily. Monica said through clenched teeth as he confronted her later in a back hallway near the service elevator. "You left," he snapped, but Monica shot back, "because you were engaged to a senator's daughter and never told me." Jasper's mind reeled, remembering those months, how his father forced him into an arranged engagement to secure political leverage for their hotels in D.C., but he had planned to break it off. He was going to tell Monica that weekend, but she had vanished. And now, the child standing in the corner looked exactly like his younger self, same high cheekbones, same dimpled chin, same green-speckled brown eyes. Jasper asked Monica why she never reached out. Her answer was raw. "I didn't want your money, Jasper. I didn't want pity. I wanted dignity." But now she worked as a maid in his hotel. The irony crushed them both. As word of the incident trickled through staff, whispers spread, and soon board members caught wind. Jasper's enemies within the company, especially Neil Corbin, his coup and lifelong rival, began to stir rumors of scandal, questioning Jasper's ability to lead. "Blackmail?" they whispered. "Hidden child?" News was almost leaked to the press, but Jasper shut it down quickly. But the biggest twist came when Lily, curious and bold, snuck into Jasper's suite the next day and asked, "Why don't you want to be my dad?" The question ripped something wide open in him. He started spending more time with her, even teaching her how to run the front desk computer system. And she was smart, unbelievably smart. Then one evening, while reviewing old hotel records, Jasper stumbled across something that turned his stomach. Monica had applied to work at the Langford Grand 8 years ago, under a false name, and Neil Corbin had signed off on the hire but never told Jasper. In fact, Neil had known the truth all along and had deliberately buried Monica in low-level positions across Langford properties, keeping her far from Jasper. Why? unraveled a plot deeper than just old love. Jasper confronted Neil, who denied everything at first. But then Jasper showed him emails Monica had unknowingly forwarded to HR that connected Neil to fake background checks and red-flagged applications. Neil had manipulated the system, afraid that Jasper reconnecting with Monica would derail his own climb to the CEO seat, especially after Jasper's father died. Neil had tried to eliminate Monica from Jasper's life permanently, but she returned. Anyway, broken but unbent. Now Jasper knew he had to make it right. He gave Monica a formal apology on paper and in front of his entire executive board, and offered her the role of Director of Housekeeping Operations, regional level. But she refused. "You can't fix everything with a title," she said. Jasper then did something unthinkable. He stepped away from the day-to-day running of the Langford Grand and began spending real time with Lily, learning what her favorite books were, attending her school play, even helping her start a charity. Bake sale. Meanwhile, Neil didn't go quietly. He leaked documents to a tabloid, alleging Jasper had fathered multiple children with hotel staff. The media storm nearly destroyed Jasper's brand. But this time, Monica stood beside him at a press conference and delivered a powerful speech about forgiveness, truth, and raising a child without bitterness. Her dignity stole headlines. Then, an anonymous tip led Jasper to the senator's daughter he was once engaged to, now a successful corporate lobbyist, who admitted that Neil had paid her to lie to Monica about Jasper's engagement back in the day. The betrayal ran deep. Jasper fired Neil immediately, placed Monica in charge of a new Langford mentorship program for underprivileged mothers, and most importantly publicly acknowledged Lily as his daughter, brought healing, but not without trials. The hotels. Stocks dipped after the scandal, but Jasper didn't care anymore. He had finally found the only legacy that mattered. Lily. One evening, she called him Dad, again not out of shock, but love, and it felt right. Jasper started bringing her to board meetings, calling her his future CEO, and the press turned the once scandalous story into a tale of redemption. Monica, now working with single mothers across the state, allowed Jasper back into her heart slowly. They weren't the same people they once were, but maybe they could be better this time. At the Langford Grand's annual gala, Jasper gave a speech. But instead of talking profits, he said, "This year, I found something more valuable than any merger or stock price. I found my daughter. I found the truth. And I found out that love, real love, doesn't stay buried forever." The crowd erupted in applause, but Jasper's eyes were on the two people in the front row: Monica, who gave him a proud nod, and Lily, who wore a custom blazer and name badge that read, "Lily Langford, Junior GM in Training." The final twist came weeks later, when Jasper found a letter from his late father hidden in a hotel safe. The letter admitted that Jasper's father knew about Monica and had used Neil to drive her away, fearing a scandal. "Forgive me, son." It read, "I destroyed your chance at happiness." Jasper closed the letter, looked out the window at the city below, and whispered, "Too late for you, but not for us." From that moment on, Jasper ran his hotel like he ran his heart, honestly, fearlessly, and with the understanding that sometimes the greatest luxury in life is truth.